One of my favorite things is watching Trump try to insult the intelligence of other people, especially someone like AOC, who is the youngest woman to get elected into Congress, someone who's much more accomplished and is self-made, whereas Donald Trump inherited more than $400 million from his daddy and then proceeded to go bankrupt 6 times. But nonetheless, that doesn't stop him from trying to insult AOC. He tries to do so in this next clip.
AOC plus, it's another beauty. She's the designer of the Green New Deal. She knows nothing about the environment. She probably never studied. Ask her, how many hours have you taken on the environment?
How many hours have you taken on the environment? I don't know. Cenk, how many hours have you taken on the environment? I didn't know that there was like a environment taking, hour taking, requirement in life. I'm very curious about that.
I've taken enough.
God, it's so dumb. Okay, sorry.
I've taken enough hours on the English to know that that's not how you speak. But mainly, guys, this guy, you know what I'm gonna say, hides his grades from not just college, but from high school. He has threatened to sue anyone in those schools who would expose his grades. And he even threatened criminal action. He used Michael Cohen to threaten criminal action. And he said, you'll be arrested if you release my high school grades. That's how embarrassed he is of his lack of intelligence. And he's perfectly aware of it. I mean, he's a grown man in his 70s, hiding his high school grades. So don't think that he doesn't know how dumb he is. He knows. And so for him to talk about anyone, did you tell how many hours did you take on the environment? How many hours did you take on the environment, dumbass? Okay, whatever the hell that means. And he has absolutely no expertise in this or any other matter.
He has demonstrated to us just how expansive his knowledge on the environment and renewable energy is. Here's an example of it.
The windmill anywhere near your house, congratulations, your house just went down 75% in value. And they say the noise causes cancer. You told me that one, okay? The thing makes it so.
No, Anna, he took a lot of hours on the environment, and that's why he knows that the noise from windmills cause cancer. And then the Republicans get hurt when I say, I don't want anything to do with you if you're so monumentally stupid that you look up to that guy.
Well, AOC hit back, and this is, she's really great at hitting back on Twitter. I feel like she should teach a master class on it. She responded with, wow, really heartbroken to hear a guy who thinks windmill cancer is a thing, thinks about my climate policy. Anyways, check out our Green New Deal plan for public housing. We worked with scientists, building trade workers, and New York City, I don't know what that is, New York City residents to write about it. So she doesn't have to prove her intelligence. Like what I see from conservatives over and over again, including conservatives I personally know, is this need to immediately jump to the conclusion that she's dumb. She is an insanely young woman who got elected into Congress. And you might argue like, oh, that's not a big deal. Who cares about that, right? I mean, if Trump gets elected as president, anyone can get elected into any office. Okay, fair, except she has been so incredibly effective in her job and so incredibly effective in taking a policy like the Green New Deal and making it part of our public discourse. And the very people who argue that she's dumb have no idea how to read policy, how to analyze policy, how to write policy. They've never read a single article about her policies. They just immediately assume she's dumb. And honestly, like I don't usually jump to, oh, sexism has a lot to do with it. But let's keep it real. She's young, she's beautiful, and that is the go-to stereotype that people want to use when they want to dismantle a young woman who they disagree with politically. Oh, she's dumb. Okay, sure.
No, look, I'm partly amused by it, partly gets under my skin, but like, the idea that Trump supporters would call anyone else dumb is just too much to bear. All right, so now that you made me do it, a couple more examples. By the way, we did a poll on this. Go to tyt.com/polls, you'll see it, on the dumbest thing Trump has said. And it was just so hard to boil it down to like 5 choices. Remember when there were reports that he wanted to nuke a hurricane? He's like, what if we launch a nuke inside the eye of the storm of the hurricane? Would it slow it down? They're like, no, Mr. President, it would then spread the radiation to everywhere the hurricane was going. Okay, just spitballing. All right, and then of course, you all saw it with your own eyes when he said, the disinfectant, it knocks it out right away, coronavirus from the surfaces. Maybe we could study injecting it into the body. And then he looks at the Dr. Burks and she's like, and he said to inject bleach into your body to battle coronavirus. That level of dumb goes to 11. And I'll remind you of this one last thing. I gave him $1 million challenge, take $1 million I don't have, bankrupt me completely by just showing that you had better grades than me. We went to the same school. He claimed he finished #1 at Wharton. It's the easiest thing in the world. I didn't finish #1. See, you would win immediately, right? And the reality is, of course, they checked 1968 honors roll. He was nowhere on the honor roll, let alone #1. He hides his grades. That's why I did that challenge. And today I came across an article from that explained a professor who has passed away now. A friend of his recounted the story. This is before Trump had ever gotten into office, back when he was just a celebrity and a clown TV host. This professor who had him would say to his friend, he said it at least a dozen times. Dumbest student I ever had by a lot.
Want to win a free electric scooter? Well, our partners at Aspiration and Zoom Electric are making it possible. All you have to do is head to tyt.com/greensummer for your chance to win.